Well, I'd like to welcome right now with me Supervisor Lisa Bartlett and also the proprietor of Coffee Imports down at Dana Point Harbor, Jim Miller. You just saw that short piece on the really spectacular lights in the boat parade that are down there. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
It is such a special event. We can't wait to go. We went there last year and we're probably going to go this weekend. Tell me the history of this, because I know you've been coming on for quite a while, and I know a while back they had some lights and then they didn't, and then it came back even better and stronger.
Right, so a little bit about the history. So the harbor opened in 1971 and our first boat parade was in 1974.
Ah, okay.
And we had, over the time, different themes for the boat parade. So this year it's Western Wonderland. And a couple of years ago, we had the Illumination, which were the magical lights in the harbor.
Yeah.
And that was put on by the T-Bid in Dana Point. Mm-hmm. And then something fell through with regard to the vendor. But OC Parks and the harbor merchants and everyone really stepped up. And the county came in with some funding and put OC Parks to task to put together a great lighting program for the harbor. And so it's bigger and better every single year. We've got lights and festivities and things all around the harbor for the holiday season, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, it is really spectacular. When do they start putting these up? It's got to take a couple weeks at least.
It takes a couple of weeks, and I think they start after the Thanksgiving holidays, okay, so that we've got the full month of December with the lights, and it attracts people from around the entire Southern California area.
Yeah, it is. As I said, it is really great. And what's also great is, well, the ice cream and the coffee, and we got Jim Miller here. You've been doing this with Coffee Importers for how long now?
We are starting our 40th year.
Wow.
Yep, starting next year, it'll be our 40th year.
That's
yes.
So basically you have your entire history is seeing the changes and the upcoming big changes. We'll get to that in just a minute.
Yes.
At Dana Point Harbor. How did you start this business? Was this your first one?
No, no.
Did you have
actually
a restaurant experience?
My parents, I was in corporate restaurant business, and my parents wanted to own their own business.
Okay.
So they said we have this little coffee shop down the harbor we wanted to start. Mm-hmm. And I go, I mean, like a Denny's? And they go, no, like cappuccino espresso. And I said, and I didn't know about cappuccino espresso.
Yeah, back then, yeah.
Back in '79, no one knew about it, right? My parents were, I have relatives that live in Europe, so they said, we want to do like our cousin Lynn does in Denmark. And I said, well, okay. So then we took the store over, and then within a matter of a month, people loved the idea of sitting outside having coffee.
Yeah.
And we started this whole concept of having an outdoor patio and drinking coffee and having pastries and gifts, and it's just blossomed from that, and it's been going on ever since.
Was it hard back then? You mentioned as Americans, we weren't really used to espresso and cappuccino back then. Not that much. Was that hard to get that concept?
Very hard.
Did you have to go, hey, try this?
Very hard.
And people
in the very
go,
beginning,
what's espresso? Is it just strong? It's too strong.
No, everyone wanted coffee. No one wanted espresso. And you have to think about this. In those days, there wasn't even paper cups. In those days, we had to do glass cups for the customers, and a lot of them had their own mugs. And so it was kind of different in those days. There was no such thing as to-go cups.
Really. You're right.
And it was kind of unique in that time because everything was in glass or ceramic, and it was. And that's what we really wanted to do more of a cafe. You know? And but then the whole paper cup thing kind of took over and changed the profile of how coffee shops are.
What about the ice cream? Did that start then too?
No, we started that in 1982.
Okay, so still, we're going back 40 years.
We started that in 1982, and because customers kept saying, why don't you have ice cream? We'd like that would go with our coffee.
Yeah.
So we put in ice cream, and it's turned out to be a very successful addition.
Coffee and ice cream just go together.
It works.
Yeah,
I mean,
it really does. Yeah. And you got a special drink for the holidays. Tell us about that. I do.
It's called the Nagachino. My executive director, Kim Tilley, invented it, and it's eggnog, cappuccino, and hot chocolate. And it's really a great drink. It's one of those drinks you can have. And it feels like we're having a cocktail, like a warm toddy at night, but there's no alcohol, so it makes it safe to drink and drive when you go home at night.
Yeah, that sounds good. I know that you really like that.
It's one of my favorite drinks, and Coffee Importers only creates this beverage for the holiday season.
Yeah. So we got some photos we're gonna show you here. First, where'd you get the theme Western Wonderland? How did that come about? Or was that you, or is that probably you're really president of the Merchants Association?
That's correct. I'm president of the Merchants Association, but I have our Merchants Association comes up with a theme.
Okay.
We do that during the summer of June, July. We come up with a theme, and it's batted around amongst the board and the other boaters, and then we finally come up with a theme. About July or August, we have to come up with a theme because
I love this picture. The look on that little girl is like, whoa,
that's
it's
Christmas
Santa.
right there, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all right. So we come up with a theme, and because the boaters need literally 3 to 4 months with some of their designs to get ready to go.
Sure.
And they're bugging us January 1st. What's the theme for next year? And they want to know now. And the boaters have been awesome part of this parade. You have to remember, all these boaters do this for free. They come out, 60, 70, 80 boaters every night.
Wow.
That's a lot of work to put all these lights on the boats, and they do it for just the joy of doing it. And the public gets to benefit from that. It's really a nice event.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you can just see the photos are great photos, but they don't do it justice.
No, you've got to be up with it and listen to the music.
Yeah, and it just glows off the water, and it's really nice. Now, I was asking Jim this, but I'll ask this as well. You know, the big renovation project. Folks like Jim and the other merchants there, what's going to be happening to them as you remodel and do these new buildings?
We're going to keep as many of the businesses open during construction.
Okay.
And all of the current merchants will be working with our Dana Point Harbor Partners, which is our P3 partner for the county that's building out the harbor. They'll work together to work on their leases in the new space, and hopefully we'll move forward. But we will be open during construction. We really want to stress that to the community at large.
Okay, and when does it begin again? The initial phase?
Well, the initial phase, right now there's public outreach.
Okay.
And then construction will start probably in the next 18 months.
Okay, all right, because I know we have the special half-hour show that we've been airing, and if you haven't got a chance to see it, it really goes in detail. And it's what a change, but I think overall it's just going to be exactly what's needed down there. I love the look and feel of the renderings, and just kind of that harborside feel that it kind of brings with a little bit of a kind of a modern edge to it. It's really looks nice.
The design for the harbor project is absolutely incredible. And it's all new amenities in the harbor, waterside, landside, and hotels. It's going to be pulled everything together with our P3 partner team. And we're working on a senior shuttle program from Laguna Woods down to Dana Point Harbor, because a lot of the seniors would love to come to the harbor. They don't want to drive or can't drive. And we want to make sure that they have the opportunity to enjoy the harbor just like everyone else.
Now, speaking of shuttles and things, tell us about coming down there, especially next weekend, about parking. We try and get down there early, and we park down by the Marine Center, and because we love the stroll going that way. But you have off-site parking.
We have off-site parking throughout the city.
We like to stroll down there anyway. We go down there during the summer. We're down there for Mother's Day this year, and it's just enjoyable. So once you have that programs set up for the seniors to get down there, I think that's going to be fantastic.
Yes, and we've got our second weekend of the boat parade coming up this weekend, so we're really looking forward to that. Festivities start in the harbor at 4:30. We have boat rides with Santa, a lot of great opportunities for photos. So it's a great, fun, family-filled type of environment down there this time of year in the harbor.
Yeah, it is. And of course, the lights will remain up even during the week. People can go there tonight and enjoy all that.
Yes,
of course,
absolutely.
you'll be open, right?
The lights are on all the whole month of December until, I think, January 5th.
Okay.
So you'll be able to see the lights every night. They're on every night.
Yeah, so go down there and enjoy it. If for some reason you can't get down for the weekend, you can enjoy it throughout the season and take a nice stroll down there, stop and have some coffee and ice cream. What's your favorite ice cream? Do you have a favorite?
It depends on the day.
Okay.
So I swear, since I've gone to the Lampert ice cream, I can't make up my mind which one I like sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, I like the rum raisin this week. No, I like
rum
the
raisin.
Kauai,
Yeah,
I like the
that
Kauai
one.
pie this week, and I can't quite get a favorite that I have right now.
In fact, I think the last time I was there, that's what I got was rum raisin.
Yeah,
because you know, we probably remember that used to be a flavor that was almost standard that you could find, and it went out of favor for years and years, so it's hard to find.
Yeah, it's really good. I really like it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good. But it's a great, you know, the lights are a great family event. I mean, you can see moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles and kids, and it's just a great family experience to come down and see the harbor lights.
All right, well, folks, get on down there, and it's an enjoyable time. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much.
Good to be here.
Happy holidays to you.
You as well.
Good to see you.
Thank
Jim, a pleasure to meet you. Hope to see you coming up this weekend.
I appreciate it.
All right, you take care. We'll be right back. Yeah, rum raisins.
The holidays are here. Let Diane's Hallmark help you with all your gift-giving needs with a wide selection of gifts as well as Hallmark Christmas cards and ornaments. Diane's Hallmark can help you get into the holiday spirit. We also carry fine women's clothing, jewelry, and accessories. And don't forget that we carry Bibles, Christian books, and gifts as well. Come in today and see it all. Diane's Hallmark is located in the Walmart Shopping Center next to Hobby Lobby.
Do you hear but not understand? I have good news for you. A proprietary system for verifying hearing correction, Verified Best Speech Clarity, is now available through the All-American Hearing Network. This means hearing improvement can now be verified and documented. Your individual hearing correction is guaranteed in writing. Call today to reserve your complimentary private consultation and experience word clarity dialed back into focus on the spot. Try AMP, the world's smallest hearing aid at an unbelievably small price, just $750. It's ready to go in one visit, comfortable to wear, and virtually invisible when worn. Yes, you can now have verified best speech clarity. Hear every word. Call today to reserve your complimentary private consultation and experience word clarity dialed back into focus on the spot, risk-free.
Did you know there are over 400,000 seniors in Orange County today? So where does a senior or family caregiver go for information and resources? You can turn to the Answers Guide published by the Council on Aging Southern California. Answers is full of articles and resources to help you navigate the aging experience. You can pick up your free copy today at the clubhouse nearest you or at the Social Services Office. The Council on Aging, helping seniors remain healthy, connected, and protected.
At El Toro Pharmacy, your health needs and your quality of life is our top priority. We can be trusted with all your prescription needs, delivered free to your doorstep. Call us to have your prescription transferred. We will take care of everything. No hassle to you. We are a full-service pharmacy carrying all your over-the-counter medicines at competitive prices. And we offer complete diabetic care and your immunization requirements too. Under new management, come visit us in Moulton Plaza. El Toro Pharmacy will never be undersold, and we offer the finest after-sale services.
I just love that ring. Where'd you get it?
I got it at the jewelry box. I saw it on Facebook, and then I went in and bought it. They have the most unique, awesome pre-owned pieces for amazing prices.
The Jewelry Box of Lake Forest, voted best jewelry store in Orange County for 8 straight years, offering unmatched prices on fine jewelry and watches, refurbished to new condition.
Visit us in our store or shop our website for just arrived items.
The Jewelry Box. It's about trust.
Welcome back. I have Alon Blatt and Dr. Addie Ron, who's with a new organization called Neomedic. They are going to be having a grand opening over in the Saddleback Memorial Care Medical Center. Well, welcome both of you, and congratulations on your new venture.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
So I understand that you started in another country. Can you tell me how that came about?
Absolutely. So we started a company in Israel.
Okay.
Israel has been at the forefront of cannabis research for quite a while now.
Okay.
And we saw that that was the best place for us to kind of grow the knowledge and understanding and help bring it here. And when we came to Laguna Woods, we fell in love. That was the vision of the idea, to show how cannabis can help us grow older better.
Okay.
You know, focus on the quality of life.
Okay.
So we're very excited.
Well, now we have heard that there is an awful lot of cannabis use in elderly, and some people are completely getting off of their regular medications. So if someone was to come to you and say, you know, gosh, I've been taking 7 different things, how can I change what I'm doing? What would you advise them?
Absolutely. So first, you know, every patient that comes into the clinic, we have to understand that there is no magic pill. What we do is we go through a comprehensive medical assessment to understand, you know, the patient as a whole. And then we're able to customize the treatment for them. And in a presentation that we did in UCLA, we showed a study that we were able to get over 50% of our patients off opiates.
Wow.
So that's not a case study, that's not a fluke. Thanks to the protocols that our medical team under Dr. Ron have developed, we're able to see how people actually stopped using all the opiates and stopped dealing with all the side effects that come with the use of these pharmaceuticals.
Okay, and how long have you been doing the research in Israel?
Well, our head nurse has been working for the last 10 years. She started all working in a nursing home about 10 years ago, and along the years she got more and more experience. And I'm in the field for the last couple of years working. I'm a geriatrician, and I see mostly older adults, and my experience is amazing. I mean, you know, changing all kinds of medication to cannabis, because as you know, lots of the treatments we give older adults, for instance for dementia and Parkinson's, they either not that good or they wear off after a few years. So it's really a new opening to start using cannabis, and as long as we see the good results, we start to share it with the others in a medical and professional way.
Okay, so obviously it's a little bit different. I mean, we have recreational use, and so when someone comes to you, you're going to evaluate everything that they've been doing. So are you going to be working with their existing doctors, or are you relying on the individual to come in with knowledge?
Absolutely. So what we do is we're not inventing the wheel. Right now there is, we've been sensing in the healthcare system here that there's a disconnect between the different physicians, people who go to the neurologist and then to the cardiologist. And what we do first is we ask every patient to bring all their medical history.
Right.
So we have a very good understanding, and then we see the patient, we do go through, as I said, a conventional geriatric assessment, then we customize the treatment, but then we also include 1 month of case management.
Oh.
So people don't feel like they're on their own in this process. In cannabis, unlike other medication, the customization is extremely important. And after 1 month, what we do is then we have a report that we send to the primary. So the primary is a part of the loop.
Okay.
You know,
because cannabis, it's not like, you know, you have a headache, you take aspirin, and 1 hour later you feel better. It's a process.
Okay.
You cannot just, okay, take this, bye-bye, it will work for you.
Okay.
It's a process. You have to titrate slowly, especially when we treat older adults. You don't want them to, you know, get high and then say, well, cannabis is not for me after one time. So we have to do it slowly and titrate up and follow the patient, talk to the patient.
In
so
a
that's
medical
what
way. That's the important thing.
Well, right, and then so let's talk about how you would process a prescription for them. So you would evaluate them, and then you would say, okay, this is what we recommend. I mean, what would be something you'd say?
Absolutely. So what we do is, once we understand what's right for them, then we will recommend, we'll tell them, based on our experience, we've been seeing that these compounds in this product can help the patient's specific needs.
Okay.
And then they will go, we don't dispense anything, just like any other doctor's clinic. We don't have a conflict of interest. We don't have any interest basically in what they're getting. We only care about what's going to be beneficial for the patient. And from us, they're going to dispensaries just like they would go to a pharmacy.
To a pharmacy, okay.
Exactly.
So you're giving them the advice to say, okay, this is what we recommend based on your research and your studying. Then they would take that prescription and they would go to we have various dispensaries, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Right, because for pain, for instance, many patients come in for pain. So it's a little bit different than the way you treat, for instance, spasticity in Parkinson's.
Okay.
So we would recommend, okay, for pain you have to start first with this and this CBD in order for the body to, get used to cannabis, and then you must add the THC, because if we will not have the THC, we will not have effect on pain.
Right.
So we know, and in different disease you have different ways of treatment. So that's what we tell them. And then they go, as Alon said, to bind the...
And we had the privilege of already seeing many patients here at the village. And yes, we did the pilot. We got unbelievable results.
Okay.
And people are always saying, cannabis, I'm afraid of getting high.
Right.
Getting high is a side effect. It's not unique to cannabis. If you go to your cabinet and take 5 pills of a random bottle, you're going to feel something as well. So we treat, getting high is a side effect of the treatment. And I can tell you from the study that we presented, only 6% of our patients reported to feel any type of psychoactive sensation throughout the 6 months, meaning 94% got all the benefits without getting high.
Good. Well, it sounds very interesting. Let's talk about the grand opening that you're going to be having coming up. That's going to be on Wednesday, which would be tomorrow.
Yep.
That will be at 3 p.m. So give me a little overview.
So we are very privileged to have our medical director from Israel, Dr. Ron, arriving for the great opening.
Okay.
And it's also we're gonna have Dr. Stuart Silverman, Professor Silverman, who's also going to be presenting, as well as our head nurse from Israel in Balsikoin.
Okay.
And we're going to basically share with with the audience, what is cannabis? Why? How long has it been outlawed? Why? And how does it actually interact with our body? We're going to learn about the endocannabinoid system. And we're also very privileged. At the same day, we're doing the same type of lecture, only in a more training setting for the hospital staff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
A CME, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, that sounds very interesting. Well, good luck.
And we show the data that there is, because people say, well, there's no data. There is data.
Right.
Maybe it's not perfect, maybe it's not enough, but there is, and we're going to show the data.
Perfect.
And
hopefully help the community. We love seeing how there's a different way of living and not being victimized by conditions, and we are so happy to come to the neighborhood.
Well, welcome both of you.
Thank you
good
so
luck
much.
to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And remember, if you wanted to go to the grand opening, that's tomorrow, and that will be at Wednesday, December 12th, tomorrow at 3 p.m., and that's at the Saddleback Medical Center, Conference Room 1. We'll be right back.
#1 choice for wood flooring and more is LA Carpet.
Now during their 2-day sale, visit their showroom now and get 65% off wood flooring, laminate, and waterproof flooring.
Plus, get 5-year, 0% financing.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Well, with me right now is our friend Stuart Spencer from Advanced Ear Care. Great to have you, sir.
Always nice to be here.
We have a few things to talk about today, and one of them we'll get to last was heat and humidity when it comes to hearing aids. That'll be interesting to talk about. But first, you got an open house going on, right?
That's right. You know, we're excited about it. It's a special event we have that goes today through Thursday. You know, we have a national specialist that comes in. You know, this is a gentleman that's been in the business about 40 years, and he diagnoses, you know, really tough hearing losses, and we come up with good solutions for him. You know, we have John come in a couple times a year, and we've been really successful with resolving some of these tougher hearing problems. So, you know, whether you have a real difficult problem and you're used to wearing hearing aids, or if you just want to come in and just even find out if you have any hearing loss or not. You know, we invite people in for a free hearing exam, and it's just kind of a fun time all week.
When does a good time for someone to come in? And what I mean by that is, at what point should they, much the same way at a certain point, maybe you get your eyes checked a little bit more. Maybe there's no eye problem, maybe there's no hearing problem. But how often should someone come in, and at what age, maybe regularly, once a year or whatever?
Yeah, you know, it's a very interesting question. You know, we test people, you know, well up into their 70s.
Yeah.
And, you know, we ask, say, hey, when was your last hearing exam? Grade school?
Well, yeah.
The military?
Mine was, yeah,
you know? And I'm like, wow,
yeah.
you know, that's amazing. So, you know, I mean, we think, you know, when they hit 60, they should have their hearing tested once a year.
Okay.
You know, that's just a good rule of thumb. And, you know, we find people are very surprised at the amount of hearing loss they do have. You know, whether, you know, I mean, zero's like normal hearing, you know, across a hearing chart for us. You know, even if they're down around 20, 25, 30, you know, they're like, wow, you know, they're kind of surprised they've lost that much hearing.
Yeah.
But usually the spouse confirms it, you know, pretty quickly
yeah.
that, you know, they needed to come in and have that checked, and they really need some help, you know, and
it's natural as we get older.
That's right.
I mean, just like your eyes, it's just, there's some degradation, no matter how healthy or great you live your life.
But you know, the amazing thing about hearing loss is, you know, three things. You know, it's invisible, you know, it's painless, and it's really gradual.
Yeah.
So the hearing people have, they think that's normal hearing.
Yeah.
And we test them, and they've lost over half their hearing. They just don't know the difference. You know, people that are around them know the difference because they see them missing things, and misunderstanding conversations, but they think they have normal hearing. They say, no, I don't have a problem at all. And we test their hearing and then correct it. They're like, oh my gosh, you know, I should have done this a long time ago.
Well, I think, you know, even I notice it now and then when, for instance, over the weekend, we went to a restaurant and it was loud in there. It was a cheesecake factory.
Sure.
Great cheesecake, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But because there were 5 of us there, and they put us in a kind of more of a long table, and it is a very loud restaurant. It was sometimes hard to hear, you know, my daughter speak or something like that, even for my wife and I.
That's right.
And I'm not sure, because I think even, you know, my older stepdaughter and her boyfriend, who are both like in their mid-20s, even they were having a little trouble because it was a loud restaurant. But still, I found myself going, what did you say? What did you say?
Starting to strain. And, you know, and so that's, you know, we hear that a lot, right? And in restaurants. And so, you know, I'm always quick to tell people that, you know, even people with normal hearing have a harder time in noisy restaurants.
Yeah, of course,
right?
you
Just
do.
like you're talking
Yeah.
about. So, you know, when they're wearing their hearing aids in those environments, you know, they struggle a little bit, just like, you know, normal hearing people do as well.
Right.
But yeah, that's when you start to kind of notice it, you know.
Yeah.
It's all about this signal to noise ratio.
Right.
You know, I mean, if it's quiet in a room like we're in now, you know, the speech is up here, there's no noise. You know, you go into a restaurant, it just shifts.
Oh,
the
yeah.
noise comes
And
up, the speech is
especially
behind
now.
it, and you just can't quite hear through that noise.
When we were younger, restaurants were quiet.
Right, the booths and the carpeting and everything of that sort. That's right.
All right, now, coming up next month, you're going to talk about what technology breakthrough, and this is interesting. Translate different languages, and
so this is a mind-blowing.
This is IA, right?
Revolution, you know,
or AI, I should say.
In hearing aid technology. You know, we go through, you know, different phases of technology where, you know, we increase the, you know, the features, the performance of the hearing aids, the speech clarity. You know, many of those issues. This is just a whole different breakthrough. And this gentleman that came over to, you know, Audibel Hearing was a chief engineer for Intel.
Okay.
And you know, they had tried to get this gentleman to come on board for quite some time. It's kind of an interesting story, Anjan. And he said, no, no, no. Then he said, well, wait a minute. Who is that? You know, he gets headhunter calls all the time, right? He said, who is that called? And they said, Starkey is their parent company, right? And he said, you know what? I know Starkey. And he said, I wrote my thesis on Starkey. Was one of the companies that I wrote about. And he had needed to take 3 companies that individuals had started and they still were private, and 3 that individuals started that were public. And one of the companies was Starkey Laboratories. And he said, I followed this company for over 10 years.
Wow.
I know about their foundation work, I know about their technologies. And so he took the interview, and of course Starkey said, we would love you, but there's no way we could pay you what Intel pays you, And he said, you know what, I've made plenty of money. He says, you guys don't
Wouldn't that be nice to have that problem?
Yeah, he said, you guys don't even know what you can do with hearing instruments. And this is his first release after a year and a half. So this hearing instrument will translate 23 languages. It'll do all your Fitbit stuff, monitor your heart rate, the number of steps you take every day, and show you that information on your iPhone. It'll also, in the near future, geotag where you're at if you fall, and send paramedics to you, so you don't have to worry the life alert thing. And so they know, exactly where you're located, and you can acknowledge the signal and send for that help. I mean, this just takes it to a whole different level. And by the way, it's the best hearing that's ever been established in a hearing aid.
That's amazing.
Isn't that wild? We're really excited about it.
2 things are interesting. And one is, of course, a lot of this stuff, whether it's hearing aid or eye care or things like this, are coming from companies like Intel and Google and Apple and things like that, sort of not directly, but they develop different kinds of technologies, and then it moves its way into the medical field. But that's where the stuff is coming from.
This is
in
an
many
amazing
ways.
thing. In January, we were at a technology conference in Las Vegas, and boy, I wish I could remember the doctor's name, but a brilliant physicist, was just talking about how fast, technology is improving because of all the different fields that are involved. Physics, electronics, medical. Everything's just kind of coming together. And with the size reduction of electronics and the speed of how they can process, different things, whatever it would be, with vision or hearing or any other kind of, autos, right? Automobiles starting to drive themselves. All this type of technology is going to just exponentially increase over time and just really provide some amazing products. And this is the first wave of that, and so we're really excited about being part of that.
That is great. Now, here's something that heat and humidity, how it affects hearing aids. We know that heat and humidity affects some kinds of electronics. I don't know if it affects your phone too often. I know when I've had my my iPhone in certain parts of the country where we had high humidity, it worked fine. But I remember years ago, I had a little video camera, it just shut down. It wouldn't work at all.
Yeah, I've left my phone in the car sometimes. It comes back and it's overheated.
Yeah, it will tell you that.
So heat definitely affects electronics. And, I mean, my goodness, with, hearing devices, we're wearing them, 14 hours a day, all day long, every day. So, during this time of year, we see a big influx of people come in and just say, it just sounds a little bit weak, or it's just not quite as clear as it used to be. And, there are little covers over the microphones in the hearing aid. And just, the oil from your hair, gets in the microphones, or just perspiration, or, the gunk on your hands, everything just kind of builds up. And during the summer when it's hot like this, and boy, we've had a hot summer. We've just seen a huge influx of people coming in for those type of issues. The wonderful thing is, most of the time, we can just take those hearing aids, make those small changes, and get them right back on the air and right out the door, and they're really happy that they're hearing so much better. So the heat and humidity does affect it. So if you need something like that done, just come in. We're happy to take a look at it and take care of it right in our office.
Quick question along that. At home, are there ways people can clean them, or you shouldn't mess with them?
Yeah, there's the fundamental or basic, cleaning type of tools that we always give people.
Okay.
Another thing we give individuals that really have this problem on a recurring basis, there's a little jar, where that has a little desiccant in it.
Sure.
So you put those little pills in the microwave, heat them up, put them back in the jar, put your hearing aids in there and close it at night. It sucks a lot of that moisture out.
Okay.
For people that are working outside, construction workers, road workers, those type of individuals really use those, all the time, or just people that work out a lot. Use those so they dry them out overnight. So there's stuff they can do right at home as well.
All right, very good. And Willow Tree on its way.
Wow, it's really looking good. I mean, have you been over there at all to take a look at it?
No, I haven't. I drive that way on the way home, but I go down El Toro, so I don't really get a chance to see it.
Yeah, swing in there. It's really looking nice.
Good.
Of course, they were going to be done, July 31st.
Yeah.
But here we are, so now we're looking at October. But I mean, I'm really happy with how it's turning out. It's going to be beautiful. And there's about 6 other businesses coming in there.
Very good.
Hair salon, nails, yogurt shop. Yay.
Yeah, that'll be nice, yeah.
So we're really looking forward to, just that whole renovation of that whole business complex, and we're happy that we're part of it there.
Fantastic. Always good to see you.
Good to see you,
You
Ken.
take care, my friend. AdvancedEarCare.com, and they're located, as he said, in the Willow Tree Center. You can check them out and get your this week, if you get a chance, the free hearing exam.
Absolutely.
It'll be a good time.
Love to see
All right.
everybody.
Take care. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm John Bowser Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha-Na-Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village Television. Grease for peace.
Welcome back. Elizabeth Cortez is here, and she is with Transportation. She's the operations supervisor, and she's here to tell us about the Plan a Ride and all the different things that are happening for the month of December, because we have some holidays that you need to tell us about as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And just a small correction, a specialist, operations specialist.
Oh, what did I say?
Supervisor.
Oh, sorry, specialist. Okay, so Plan a Ride. Tell us what it is.
Plan a Ride is one of our transportation programs that we have for residents who. It was mainly created for residents to go to their medical appointments, so they can just call in, request a date and a time, and they'd get picked up at their manor and be taken to their appointment. They'll have to request for if they need to be taken back home, then yes, they'll make that request as well.
Okay. Okay, and so what they do is they make a phone call, or can they send an email, or how does it work?
They can do both.
Okay.
And our Plan a Ride program is servicing Monday through Saturday, 8 to 10, and Sunday, 8 to 5:30.
Okay.
Our next slide will show what information the residents will have to provide when they make a phone call.
Okay.
And then another thing to note is that some residents, if you do call that day for a ride, it's only based on availability. So there's a good chance that you won't be able to make that request.
Okay. Is that usually the case, or?
It is usually the case. Yeah, it does get busy. So you can request either as early as 7 days in advance or as late as 2 days before your appointment.
Okay, so let's say someone had 3 different appointments. So you would want them, like they could call 7 days in advance for the first appointment, and then what's the best way to do it? Should they book one appointment at a time, or can they book a few appointments at a time? What's the best way?
I believe they can only book 2 appointments at a time.
2, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, good. And then you also have some destination shopping things going on, but we've got some changes
with the holidays.
Right. Okay. Go ahead and tell me about that.
Today, we usually do our Tuesday destination shopping. Mm-hmm. Today we have one going to Orange Tree Center. Next week we have one going to the marketplace at Laguna Niguel.
Okay.
And then the following 2 weeks, unfortunately, we won't have destination shopping because they do fall on a holiday, which is Christmas and New Year's Day.
Okay, so the 12/11, which is today, that would be probably too late for them to get on that one because it starts at 10, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and then next week, I think you said that it was full. So is there a wait list?
There is a wait list. So if you call, it's full. You won't be able to get a seat, but I can put you on a wait list.
Okay.
And if anyone cancels, then I'll give you a call and let you know, hey, there's an open spot. Are you still willing to go?
Oh, good. Okay. And then when will you start up again? The following Tuesday after the holiday?
The following Tuesday, which is, I believe, January 8th.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. And then how far in advance should they call on those?
For those, I usually do the first business day of the month that I will be taking reservations.
Okay.
So I would say that would be the Wednesday, January 2nd. Yes.
Okay, so they can start calling that day to get on whatever's happening the following month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Great. Good. And then what are some reminders that you would like people to know for going on Plan a Ride or going on any of these events?
Right, so going on any of the buses, even the fixed route buses, you want to make sure you bring your resident ID card with you, because the bus driver should put a chip on it and then you'll go ahead and scan it. So please bring that resident ID card with you. Just be seated at all times while the bus is in motion. If you have any transfers, it's a good idea to notify the bus driver just so that he can help you make that transfer. And then for Plan a Ride or any stop that you're waiting for, you want to be there 5 minutes prior.
Okay.
Keep the aisles clear of any packages, carts or walkers. And there's a picture of the cart that we are permitted to have on the bus. Also the dimensions and the weight capacity. Just keep in mind there's a lot of people who do take on carts, so you want to make sure your cart is limited.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Perfect. Well, no, that's good. I mean, if they want to know, I mean, those little carts are pretty popular, like you said, and it's super easy to carry things around. So when they bring them on the bus with them, is it kind of like sitting right beside them? Or is there a special spot on the bus for it?
Usually, if there are a lot of carts, like for example, destination shopping, when we go to the marketplace, a lot of people bring their carts.
Okay.
The bus driver will actually raise up the seats and make room for all the carts, and then we'll have to tie them down.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's a bit of a process, but nonetheless, at least everybody has their spot.
Yeah, that's why we want to keep it limited to the people, so everyone can get there.
Okay. Okay. And then you have an informational meeting that's happening tomorrow. What will that cover?
That's going to cover the basics of transportation. So if you're new to the village, you can go to this meeting and you'll get pamphlets and you'll learn about our fixed routes. You'll learn about all of our transportation programs, our Plan a Ride, destination shopping.
That would be a really important meeting, I think, to go to, especially because, it's new. People are new to the system. They want to be able to know how to call in.
Exactly.
How to be able to do everything, right?
Exactly,
okay,
yes.
Good. And then let's talk about the upcoming holidays, because you're not going to be having service.
Right. So beginning with Monday, December 24th, Christmas Eve, the only service running will be our Plan a Ride service.
Oh, I see.
So you can make your reservation no later than December 22nd.
Okay.
So just keep in mind, Plan a Ride service, only service running.
That's it.
On the 24th.
No other buses.
Right.
Okay.
No fixed route.
All right. And what about you also said the same thing with December 25th and Tuesday, January 1st. What's happening there?
Right. So we won't have any transportation services running those 2 days.
Not even Plan a Ride?
Correct.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that's very important information. Please know that the 25th and the January 1st, there will be no transportation services.
Okay. All right. Very good to know, because you want to make sure everybody can get to their whatever they're doing that day.
Yes.
Or either one of those days.
Yep, 2 big days.
Okay. All right, good. And then let's just go recap one more thing on the phone number. It's 949-597-4659 to get your reservation. And what would be the email?
The email, I believe, my email for destination shopping is on the Tuesday destination shopping slide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's, actually, no, I don't have it on the slide. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
But it's my name, Elizabeth Cortez at VMS. And then the Plan a Ride, I'll have to get that email.
Okay, no, that will be good. We'll have that on the next time for you. So, thank you for the information. I appreciate it, and you have a happy holiday.
Thank you, you too. All right. Happy holidays.
And if you want more information about this, you can always talk to Resident Services, and they can help you out and get you the Plan a Ride information. We'll be right back.
Different is powerful, yet calming. A winding road, a rooftop view, a coastal drive with no destination. Different is anything but predictable.
At South County Lexus, we celebrate the holidays a little different. And now, during the December to Remember sales event, you can lease the new 2019 Lexus NX 300 for just $329 per month.
Different can be good. At South County Lexus, you'll find different is amazing.
Mind in Memory program at Mission Hospital is an outpatient program specifically designed for patients with a memory disorder who have developed a mental health issue, such as depression, anxiety, or paranoia. Patients are welcome every day, Monday through Friday, up to 4 days a week. On-site meals and snacks are included, and transportation to and from the program is available. The program focuses on improvement in overall mood, function, and concentration, as well as a decrease in depression or anxiety. Call today to find out if you or your loved one qualifies for the Mind and Memory program.
For more information, visit medterracbd.com.
Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center is your hospital. We are here to serve you and this community, which is why we're pleased and delighted to announce a new valet service that will be safe and convenient for you and your family to visit the medical center. We're the only hospital in South Orange County that provides free parking and free valet service. There are no strings attached. We just want you to have the best experience possible.
We have some really good movies this week, and next week we have Paul Newman is in the Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, and that will be this Friday at 2 and 7 p.m. And it's about, well, let's see, it's about a Texas, in Vigoroon, Texas, former outlaw Roy Bean appoints himself the judge for the region and dispenses his brand of justice as he sees fit. Saved from near death by a young Mexican girl, a former outlaw sets himself up as sole arbiter of the law in a small town. The town prospers as Judge Bean robs and hangs anyone with money that comes through it. Wow. But his haven becomes less secure when his Mexican companion dies and the townsfolk begin to turn against him. Now, this is an older movie from 1972, and it's comedy, drama, and romance, of course, with Paul Newman. What else could you expect? So that, again, will be on Friday, December 14th at 2 and 7 p.m., and that is directed by John Huston, and it has Paul Newman, Ava Gardner, and Roy Jensen. Now, the Monday movie, super fun movie. It has Tom Cruise, and that will be on Monday at 2 and 6 p.m. It's Mission Impossible Fallout, and we're going to show you a clip right now.
There cannot be peace without first a great suffering. The greater the suffering, the greater the peace. The end you've always feared is coming. It's coming. And the blood will be on your hands.
I prayed to God that it wasn't true. Solomon Lane escaped in Paris.
And now the world is at risk.
This is the CIA's mission. You use a scalpel. I prefer a hammer.
This is a bad idea. Is it ever a good one? Honestly.
He's not just some observer. He's an assassin.
I don't trust anybody outside of this room.
You go rogue, he's been authorized to hunt you down and kill you.
That's the job. No hard feelings.
Which way, Benji? Turn left! Go, 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 go! What are you waiting for? I'm jumping out a window! Oh, sorry. Good luck.
When the clock stops, Ethan Hunt will lose everyone he ever cared about.
You don't understand what you're involved in.
You need to walk away.
Please don't make me go through you.
Ethan, that's not who we are.
Maybe we need to reconsider that.
Accept it, Ethan. You've lost this one. What's done is done.
What's done is done when we say it's done.
Showtime.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable flick. Just some tidbits there for you. Tom Cruise broke his foot jumping out of the building. He jumped out of that airplane about 25 times to get the perfect take, and then he does all of his own stunts. So the fighting you see is always him. So crazy, crazy movie. Very fun, Mission Impossible. That's December 17th at 2 and 6 p.m. And just, you know, you saw the trailer, but I'll just read a little bit about it. Action, adventure, and thriller. Ethan Hunt and his IMF team, along with some familiar allies, race against time after a mission gone wrong. And as you can see, all of it is crazy, action-packed movie with Tom Cruise, Henry Cavill, Ving Rhames, and then also Alec Baldwin. And again, that will be on Monday, December 17th at 2 and 6 p.m. So very, very fun. Okay, so what do we have in our weather? Looks like weather's going to be pretty good this week. It doesn't look like we have any rain coming. And then you can see there we've got some snow in the background. I know some people who are heading out playing hooky today, going to go skiing today. Morning clouds and sunny, 68, 48. Tomorrow, 65, 48, sunny. And then Thursday, a little warmer, 73, 49. Friday, a little morning fog, and then sunny, 67, 48. And if you're heading out to the Dana Point Parade this weekend, looks like it's going to be pretty nice at night, a little 48, a little chilly, so make sure you bring your coats and scarves and your hot cocoa. Around town, we've got North Orange County, 68, Beaches, 64. South OC, 68, San Diego, 67. Inland, about 68, so it's all really about the same. Foothills, 67. Big Bear, 47 and 24. And then Palm Springs is 75 and 51. So morning cloud, then becoming mostly sunny. And then who do we have on tomorrow? Well, we have Katie Porter, who is newly elected and will take office in January. So she's going to give us a kind of a rundown of what's going on. Then we've got the Theater Guild. And then we also have a couple of other segments that we will bring to you. And then also, if you're watching our morning news program today at 9:30, we will be showing you live the United meeting. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day in the village.